Hello, and welcome to another podcast episode. We're sure grateful that you're tuned in today because we have a really special guest with us. This is David Woodward. He is with ClickFunnels, and he is their Chief Business Development Officer. And Dave, as I've talked to you for just a couple minutes, I feel like we've been able to. I feel like we're friends already, and I really look forward to this interview. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So for those listening, many are familiar with the first part of this is just going to be about you. We want to get to know kind of a little bit about your background, and then we'll get into the background of how ClickFunnels came about and how that can help healthcare professionals and business associates.
Sounds great.
With that said, you're in Boise, Idaho?
Yeah.
Okay, and where are you from originally?
Actually, I just moved my family from sunny San Diego, California, up to this freezing cold Boise, Idaho. So it's been a big change. Actually, we've loved it. It's been so much fun. We've had a great time. So
and I know a lot of the people.
August.
In August you did? Okay. Well, and I know a lot of the guys that you work with, and they're about as stalwart as individuals as you can come across. So I imagine your culture is very high energy and and very innovative. Very, very innovative.
Very much so.
Well, share with us. So looking back in time, when you were 7, 8 years old, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Actually, I'd planned on being a doctor. So actually, I was accepted to medical school with that whole route. I had a master's in exercise physiology. Decided last minute not to go to medical school and ended up pursuing a degree in physical therapy. Decided I didn't want to do that last minute. And so got involved in business, and I've absolutely loved it. So I've been growing businesses for the last, that's really what my passion is marketing and businesses and growing them as fast as we possibly can to generate not only revenue, but lifestyle for the people I work with. And just really having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So you and I actually have a pretty similar history. I wasn't going into medicine, but I wanted to go into law. And I became a law president and went into an internship, took an LSAT prep class, and really moved that direction. And then with my internship, I ended up helping a lot more with the business side of things than the law side of things, which was really interesting. And then determined, I just really wanted to go business. So, yeah, once you go business, you never go back, I guess.
Absolutely.
So describe, if somebody was to look back and think back to the high school days, would you be viewed as, were you more of a jock? Were you more of a preppy? How would you have described yourself in high school?
Probably was between the two of those. I ran cross country and track in high school, was involved in student council, leadership type of stuff, but that's kind of what I spent most of my time doing. Okay, cool. Yeah, student council. I think there's no better thing for the youth to get involved in than getting involved in that. I think that's kind of a precursor to getting involved in community and giving back to community once you get into business. So tell us a little bit more about. You said that you've helped some businesses grow. Do you mind sharing what kind of businesses these are? I started off in the employee benefits area. We grew a company, insurance employee benefits, and it was in Texas. Company from Texas to Southern California. We built that up literally from ground floor, nothing to about $400 or $500 million in assets, and sold that company. And then after that, got involved as far as in the securities side of it, set up a broker dealer. This is like late 1990s, right before the tech bust in 2000. And so lost some money there, and then got involved as far as doing, really have my own marketing consulting company. Did a lot in the mortgage industry, a lot in the real estate side of things. Built a large brokerage in the real estate side of things as far as mortgages. Rode that wave up, rode it crashing down. Realized we created this big mess, and so we took advantage of that, and we got involved as far as flipping houses, and had a company. We flipped a couple hundred houses and had a lot of fun doing that. All at the same time being heavily involved on the internet marketing side of businesses and growing them and developing them. And it's where I met Russell about, now it's been almost 8-10 years ago. And done probably half a dozen different projects with him. And then when we started ClickFunnels, asked him to come over and really help them grow and build and develop ClickFunnels. And so I've been here really since the beginning of time building ClickFunnels, and grew it the last 2.5 years to over 30,000 users and $30 million in revenue, and just having a lot of fun.
Wow. And for those of you listening, ClickFunnels is a marketing type of a company. Would you say, how would you best describe what kind of a company ClickFunnels is?
ClickFunnels, so it's a SaaS company, or software as a solution. It's a platform. It's based, allows business owners the opportunity of building out their entire sales funnels very, very quickly. It's the whole reason we built it is because we needed it for ourselves. It was one of those things, it wasn't in existence. We were frustrated creating products and then sitting there waiting for, whether it was web designers or graphic artists or all sorts of different people who we had to wait on to bring stuff back to us so we could get our products launched, and realized there's got to be a better way. And so we said, you know what, let's just kind of play around with this. At the time, another company just come out with theirs. They got a whole bunch of funding. We're like, I can't believe they would pay that kind of money for a company. We didn't feel like it really had all the services and products that we needed. So we built this as fast as we could, and then took it to market, and it's had just a great acceptance from the community. We worked primarily at the time with a lot of authors, speakers, coaches, consultants, things in that area. And then since then, it's grown to, we serve about 5 different niches, whether they're professional services, doctors, attorneys, chiropractors, health professionals, things in that area. A lot of retail, e-commerce, network marketing, authors, speakers, coaches, publishers, things of that sort. So it's been a lot of fun,
Wow. Yeah. And it sounds like you oversee quite a bit with the company as the development officer. And so, really started with something that you needed. And so, as somebody like a doctor that's listening in on this, who is just wanting to become entrepreneurial, whether it's let's say a book, for example, they have a book, they want to publish this book. Maybe they have a dream of it becoming a bestseller. What's some advice that you could give somebody just starting out?
For us, it's kind of funny you mentioned that, because we actually built ClickFunnels on the back of a book. It was actually, Russell wrote a book called .com Secrets. Okay. And kind of went through his whole experience of everything. And we basically took that book and gave it away for free. So it was a free plus shipping offer. And we created this whole funnel behind that. So in essence, what happened is every book we gave away, we brought in $32.10, basically.
Right.
And
okay.
The whole idea for us is whenever we look at a funnel, a product, a service, anything all like that, it's really, we look at, as far as like even a doctor, the whole idea is, or any health professional, is how much does it cost me to get someone in my door? Right. There's some cost to acquire a customer. Huh. So we're very, from a marketing standpoint, we always look at what's the cost to acquire a customer. And then from that is, once I know what that cost is, then the next thing I'm taking a look at is what then is either my average cart value, we refer to it as. So if I'm selling a product online, whether it's a widget that we've created, or whether it's a book or a report, or anything at all that you might be using as kind of bait to get them in. So it's how much I can sell, and that is kind of what we look at. Because for us, take for example, if we're trying to build a software company, I mean, with a lot of growth equity companies, venture capitalists who are always trying to invest, and we have no interest at all in bringing on investors or privately. But it's really interesting for us as we're sitting there talking to them, because their primary focus is how much does it cost you to acquire a customer? And for most companies like a software, we've got a 14-day free trial, and usually it costs in the neighborhood of about $140 to $160 to get someone to take a free trial. That for us is just cost prohibitive. I mean, we just can't afford that. So we actually go the other way, and we create a funnel where we actually get them in the door for essentially for free, or almost paying us to acquire our content. And then from that, we get the trial for free. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And actually, so my understanding is, so the first thing that you need to consider is, okay, what's it going to cost to bring someone in as a customer? And with that in mind, you really have, an initial offer, but you've got a lot in mind for the future with, the relationship with your customer. They're buying things as a result of their first product. There's more that they need. that fair to say?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so what does a funnel look like exactly? I mean, you have a book, you have an offer. So, break down what a funnel is for those that, never really heard that word.
Sure. I appreciate that.
In this context.
In this context. So unlike a normal funnel, so the whole idea here is you've got this funnel where we're basically bringing a whole bunch of people into the top and getting high-paying customers at the bottom. I mean, that's really the idea behind it. So we cast a really broad net as far as going out to acquire as many people as we possibly can. And then we want them to kind of self-select what they want as they go through our funnel. So take, for example, on the book, we gave away the book for free plus shipping. So we charge them $7.95, and that basically is what they would pay to get the book. And then as they're checking out, we call it an order form bump, but actually when they put their credit card in, there's a little box that says, hey, if you'd like to get the audiobook for $37, check this box. So our average cart value before it might have been $7.95, but now that they've added the $47 or $37 to it, now our average cart value increases. And so that's the first step in the funnel. Okay. Once they've done that, Lance, the next step in the funnel is going to be, what would be the next logical thing that they would need? Well, our book was about internet marketing, how to get your business online or how to gather leads online. So the very next thing after that was, you probably need to find some way of getting traffic as far as traffic to your site or anything else. So we then offered a free course or a $197 course called Free Traffic Secrets or Instant Traffic Secrets. And then some of those people would select that. And then the very last thing, we call these basically OTOs or one-time offers. And the very last thing then would be now that you've got them there, you need to then provide some additional products or services to them. And one of the things a lot of especially people and professionals like to do is provide a webinar where they then provide additional content, additional information to them. And these can be paid webinars or a web class, an online class type of deal where it's either paid or they sell something at the end. And so we then charge $297 for that. So what happens then is you kind of take a look at all the revenue that comes in through that funnel and divide it by how many customers you have. Cart value of $32.10. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that was really instructive. In fact, you did a really good job. I liked that you kind of showed that, well, I guess, let's see, it's more like this. I don't know. So the OTO, the one-time offer is at the bottom, so I guess it would look like that.
Correct. Yeah. So we start at the top with a whole large group of people, and then it gets small. So not everyone selects the offers, but the whole idea is where most people make the biggest mistake in marketing is they try to give so much away for free that you get a list of a lot of freebies. But what I prefer as a business owner is I want a list of buying customers, because once they've bought from me, the chances they're going to buy something else from me is 7 to 10 times higher versus a person who's never bought anything. And so I'm really trying to get, as I look at marketing, my whole focus is I'm trying to find a way of getting a prospect to spend that first dollar. I don't care. That's why it doesn't need to be a large dollar amount. I just want them to spend that first dollar. Right. Because now I've built their trust. Especially online, with online marketing, people are very, very skeptical. It's the hardest thing for us as a business owner. First dollar. Once they spent that first dollar, my job is so much easier because now I'm providing value to them. And now they can judge whether or not my value was worth what they actually spent. And as long as I over-deliver, they then want more and they want more and more and more.
Interesting. That model as well, it's kind of a permission to proceed type of a model where
it is.
They've given you permission to, they've purchased something that gives you permission to share something else. And then once they purchase that, then it kind of gives you permission. Well, if you like that, then this is something else that could be valued. So this is just you're really increasing the value proposition. The more they say yes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's kind of like a lot of dentists will give away a free teeth cleaning, or chiropractors will give away a free exam. Where I'm just trying to get that person in the door. As soon as they come in the door, now they've experienced it, now I can upsell them on cavities and fillings or whitening or whatever else it might be, or full body exam or all sorts of different things. But I got to get them in the door so they can start establishing some relationship of trust with me as the provider of whatever solution is they're looking for.
Okay. Is ClickFunnels challenging? I mean, do you have to go through training to learn how to develop a funnel?
It's very simple. It literally is. We call it a drag and drop editor, where it's literally, if you can cut and paste like you would in Word or anything else, you literally just pull it over here and push it over there. And we've got a lot of templates that are already set up. Or if you feel creative and you want to do it all yourself, it's open source like that as well.
Fantastic. And like you say, that's probably been really helpful for your company, where you use funnels for a lot of different projects. So I appreciate you sharing that. I want to kind of go back just a little bit, back to just kind of more fundamental marketing for that book. So I can imagine somebody listening saying, okay, so I buy this software program that creates this funnel, but how do I market it? I mean, reach is something that is so challenging for people. I mean, anybody can create a book, but if nobody sees it, it's not doing anything. So what do you advise that doctors do just from that standpoint?
I think probably the easiest way of really getting any marketing or attracting clients, especially on a local basis, and that's going to be through Facebook. Facebook is probably the easiest source. Oh my gosh, we do a ton of Facebook advertising, and it's really quite simple. It's always the thing. There's a lot of people out there who tout themselves as being Facebook experts, and they literally charge thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And if you want to outsource that, you can. It's one of the things. If you've got a secretary, admin person, there's really not that much to it. Within about 2 hours, 3 hours, you should be able to get enough information going, especially on a local basis, because the nice thing about Facebook is it allows you to really target the demographics you're actually looking for. You may focus primarily on those people, men, or you might even focus just on women from 50 to 65, and you actually can say, I want my ad to target just those people. Or you're a pediatrician and you're looking at, I want families who have at least 3 kids or 2 kids in this area, and they attend these schools, and I want it close enough to me. And so Facebook really provides a ton of demographic data that allows you as a marketer to really fine-tune your message to exactly who it is that you want. If you're trying to get more global reach and you're looking, and they have what's known as look-alike audiences, where it's basically you want an audience that maybe they like Dr. Oz, or maybe they like Dr. Phil, or and that's the audience that you want. You actually can target those people if you've got a book that would fit that niche, and your ad will be shown just to those people.
Oh, interesting.
Facebook's a fantastic tool to really fine-tune your message, get it out there, and it really doesn't cost that much, and someone on your staff can do that with 2 or 3 hours of just kind of going through a couple tutorials.
So if a dentist wants to advertise a new practice, his message could be, we just opened, and he could utilize Facebook to target his own community that way. And also, just to go a little bit further, from what I understand, if they built a funnel, it could be, let's say that, ultimately it's, certainly, cavities and things probably bring in a lot of revenue for a dentist, but to funnel them through some sort of an offer where I know I hear quite a bit the free teeth whitening. In fact, that's something I always think about. I always think, wow, I see the signs. I'm like, I could really use that right now. And so it could be maybe a teeth. Yeah, exactly. So it could be a teeth whitening funnel, perhaps.
Absolutely.
And I don't know exactly what that would look like, because certainly that would be kind of the introductory thing. I mean, what would another level of that look like? Do you have any idea?
It'd be real simple. So let's take it, if you wanted to go with the teeth whitening. So your ad would be for teeth whitening, and the more you can customize your ad for the audience that you're looking for. So maybe you're looking for it's a special teeth whitening Take, for example, you got Valentine's Day around the corner, or Mother's Day, or Father, whatever the holiday is. You can really customize it. Maybe it's for Mother's Day. It's a free teeth whitening for your mom type of thing. Maybe you don't want to have your mom. I don't know, maybe that's what you want. But the idea would be, click here and give your mom a free teeth whitening or whatever.
Right.
Click on that. It would go to what we refer to basically as an opt-in page, where they're going to enter in their email address. So the coupon could then email to them. They'll enter in their coupon, their name, and that you could then possibly have on there, is this for you, or is it for your mom, or for someone else? If so, who's it for, so we can customize it. Again, all this is just data that you're getting to try to find out more about your potential client. Okay. And then you can put on that form, who is the person, what's their address, if you want to mail it to them. We typically, even though we talk a lot about online marketing, I'm a huge believer you actually make more money on offline marketing, but you can acquire the customer much cheaper online. And so from that funnel, basically the funnel will drive them in, and you can say, listen, we're going to email you, or if you'd like, we can mail you the coupon. You then get their mailing address, and then you send it to them. And now you can put them on a regular mailing marketing drip type of system as far as other offers that you have coming out. If you wanted to go straight just online, you would then say, okay, put in your email address. And now you've got that email address. You have permission from them to market each month, and you could have a special going each month. And then from that, now they've entered that in. The very next thing, if you wanted to, is you could have like a one-time offer as far as congratulations on getting the teeth whitening. We also have a special going for teeth cleaning or a free dental exam, X-rays, all that kind of stuff. And so you could literally just kind of think that and say, normally we charge $97, but for you, this one-time offer, it's going to be $47. Just click here. And so now all of a sudden you gave away teeth whitening, but you got $47 for a service that you're going to have anyways.
Fantastic.
And take a look as far as the different types of services. It's kind of like if you ever buy anything up, I'm sure you bought something off Amazon. When you get done buying something on Amazon, the very thing you see at the bottom is people who bought this also bought these things. And so it now becomes, and people have become very accustomed to that. And so they don't feel like they're being pitched hard or being sold. It's like, oh, thanks so much for thinking about me.
Yeah.
And
right.
And building the relationship with the doctor before they get there. So they put their email address in. And on the next page, if you want, you could literally have a video of the doctor saying, hey, congratulations. We're so excited. We'll look forward to sending you this free teeth whitening thing. I can't wait till you come into my office. And then go through. You could have testimonial. But it's all about building trust with that person as fast as possible. And that's really the purpose of a funnel, is to capture the lead as inexpensively as possible, build trust as quickly as you can, and then obviously provide different offers to them.
Okay. Wow. And you just, I'm so glad you said that builds trust, because I was just thinking, boy, that would just build so much trust and really reduce a lot of people's fears of, well, I don't know who the dentist is. I'm scared to talk to a dentist, and it might be a video about, here's some of the, let's get some of the fears out in the open that a lot of people struggle with, and let me see if I can help you feel more comfortable. That'd be great. I know that would help my kids.
We typically would encourage, we refer to it as indoctrination, but it's another way of looking at it is, as soon as they've opted in, the next thing I'm going to send them is tell them, listen, or you could also even have them schedule right there on the site. As far as, here's my calendar, you can schedule. They schedule right there, so it avoids your having to contact anyone else in your office. You could have
schedule it right from the page, huh? Wow.
Right from the page. We typically, if you're going to schedule on the page, we typically ask, most of the time we'll say, you know what, if you want to schedule on our page here, we ask that you put down a refundable deposit, whatever that may be. So that way they have some skin in the game.
Good advice.
That way you're not filling up a calendar that no one's going to show.
Yep.
You can then also on the same page say, if you'd like, we can send you a text reminder about that, put in your phone number here for a text reminder. And then what we typically recommend is, you now know they're going to be coming in the next, depending on how busy your practice is, it could be the next 7, 10 days, or 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it might be. And then just say, listen, just to help you get to know us a little bit better and to provide a couple additional resources to you, we're going to go ahead and we're going to send you a couple of different videos from our dentist. And those videos would be answering the questions you just talked about as far as my office, and they're going to get sold a whole bunch of things. I had a dentist we worked with in California drove me crazy because it was such a pitch fest every time. Like, listen, I just want this.
Right.
But again, everyone handles it differently. But the whole idea behind it is you're trying to build trust, especially on a product or service that people don't do all the time. I've got a dentist we work with actually down in San Diego, and his whole thing was on basically veneers. And so he had a huge funnel that built just that he sold. He typically wouldn't even hear from the patients until they'd actually put down a $5,000 deposit to come into his office. So
really,
he do a whole bunch of different things. Yeah. So I mean, it's just because the nice thing about a funnel is it allows you to establish how busy you are, how professional you are, what an expert you are in your business. It separates you from everybody else. And that was his whole thing was, I don't want to be having people coming in who aren't really ready to go, because he had a very, very, very big booming practice. And he's like, listen, I don't have time to have people just come and say, do they want this or not? I want people who already knew they wanted it and they knew I was the best and they're ready to go. So that was how he did it.
Fantastic. What great examples. I'm sure those that are listening have taken a lot of notes and will probably rewind because, boy, you've given some tremendous ideas. And that's just for a dentist or a doctor that's just wanting to advertise their practice. But for those that want to scale with a medical device or a book, boy, you've given some fantastic ideas. And it sounds like you've got some webinars that give some more examples and can be even more instructive.
We've got a ton of different things. If you want, I'll give you some links and you can get them in the show notes at the bottom or however you want to do that. But our whole thing is we want to make sure that you guys whoever's listening to this, they understand the tools and resources. If you want, we actually have 3, what we call basically they're share funnels. They're funnels that are already built for you. You just have to go in and change your pictures and your name and dates and address and stuff. I give 3. One we call it would be our book funnel. So anyone's got a book, we'll give that to you. Another one we use quite a bit is our webinar funnel, where if you're trying to educate someone about a high ticket item, it's a free webinar funnel. And a third one, we do a lot of application funnel. And so we'll send you the application funnel. And that basically, best thing about your application funnel, whether, again, if you're a busy professional who wants to kind of weed people out, we start off the application funnel with a testimonial. And it's typically of a before and after what happened. And from there, then they go ahead and self-select and, yeah, that's something I want to find out more about. And then it goes through a whole funnel of 4 or 5 pages of helping them get familiar with you as the doctor, get additional testimonials, and they fill out an application and you can decide how you want to work with them as well. So I'll give those 3 free to all your listeners as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I can see that being so valuable, and it sounds like somebody could use that in conjunction with Facebook right away.
Oh, right away. It's turnkey.
That is awesome. Well, I will make sure to include this in the show notes, as you said. We sure appreciate that description that you've provided, Dave. A couple more questions that I wanted to ask just before we finish up this interview. Were there some problems with ClickFunnels when you first started developing it? And if so, what were those and how were those resolved over time?
Absolutely. Anytime you're involved with software, there's always problems. That's just problems in software. They're synonymous. That's just how it works.
We've experienced that. Yeah, that's right.
How it works. So of course, there's always, when we first started, it was really clunky, and it wasn't as user friendly as we wanted. We actually brought on a UI UX guy who basically his whole focus is on, literally looks at the button and says, is this the right color? Does it do the right thing? And so we've done a lot of that to really make it easier for the user to enjoy the experience of actually building it. So yeah, we definitely had those experiences.
I appreciate you sharing that. I think it's important for people to know that if there are issues in the future of any kind, that you'll address those, and anybody that's had issues in life. I mean, their character building. It's
That's what I'm putting it.
How we grow and we improve for our audience in this case. How has your definition of entrepreneurship changed since you came into the business world?
For me, entrepreneurship has changed a ton. I started off with, and I've met wantrepreneur type of thing versus being a true entrepreneur. There's a lot of people who would love to be the business owner, love to start, but there's a lot, as you made mention, there's a lot of risk involved. It's not the easiest thing in the world. The rewards can be huge. And that's why so many wantrepreneur type of people are out there. For me, I can say the entrepreneurs are those who, when times get tough, they're always there. They keep pushing. And it's one of the things I love about the guys I work with. All of us have had a ton of business experience. We've had a lot of ups. We've had a lot of downs. And we always joke, we actually have a large user conference here in Dallas in a few weeks. And our Funnel Hacking Live event, our whole thing is you're just one funnel away. And the reason we've coined the one funnel away slogan is it literally, for us as business owners, it's been one funnel that has changed. When things were hitting the rock bottom, it was that one funnel that took us to the next level. And I think as an entrepreneur, you have to understand there's no, for me, we always joke around about, it's that 12-year overnight success. It's kind of how much it takes. Everyone sees the end result. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you are so lucky! You've done." And like, you have no idea what was all the way down here to get there.
Exactly. Yep. And from what I understand, ClickFunnels is really made up of a lot of entrepreneurs that have come together on this.
We've had a lot of fun building it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, what would you say has been the best advice you've been given when you've had some of the biggest challenges as an entrepreneur?
For me, I think the biggest, the things I've learned the most through that, and the advice that I've appreciated is when you're totally passionate about something that is actually going to benefit someone more than you personally, you'll always find a way of succeeding. I meet a lot of entrepreneurs who are in it just for themselves. It's going after the mighty buck. And when that's what you're doing and all your focus is just the buck, and you're not as concerned about your clients and your customers and the people you're serving, when times get tough, you're like, there's got to be an easier way, and they quickly bounce out. So for me, the best advice I've always received, and that is find something that you're passionate about, not passionate for yourself, but you're passionate for those you serve. Because if you really care that much about them, you will find a way of making that happen.
Right. I love that. I think that's very instructive. There are a lot of people that they jump in thinking about the money and not necessarily thinking about that value proposition. And the great thing again about ClickFunnels is, the almost the ultimate in your value proposition, like you said, is that one-time offer, that OTO that you described. But you're moving backward from that, and so I just think a lot of things that you've shared have been really instructive, and you really do get a sense that you're very passionate about what you're doing.
I am. I am a huge believer in what we do.
Last question I have is, how do you see ClickFunnels changing and evolving in the next couple of years?
For us, our primary growth is going to be, so we've tripled in our revenue, we've tripled in our users the last 2 years. We're going for another triple this year. It's one thing to triple from 3 to 10,000, and I think go from 10 to 30,000 users, but this is going to be our biggest. So to go from 30,000 to 100,000 users this year will be a monumental experience for us. And for us, it really is about touching the lives of as many entrepreneurs as we possibly can. We just created what we refer to as our 2 Comma Club, and that's basically people who over the last year made over $1 million through a funnel. And so we've got 84 that we're going to be basically inducted into our Hall of Fame this next month. Our goal this next year, we really want to see if we can bump that up to about 1,000 or so by the end of the year. And we really want to see the greater success our users have, the more that they stay with us, the happier they are. I mean, it is the success of any business. As long as you make sure that the people you're serving are happy and they love your product, they're using your product, they're talking about the product to others, that's what it's all about for us.
Fantastic. Well, I see ClickFunnels literally all over the place. I listen to podcasts. I hear authors of books. I'm just seeing ClickFunnels everywhere. So congratulations on your success with ClickFunnels, and thanks so much again for making time to listen. I know this will be valuable. Again, in the show notes will be the offer that was mentioned earlier. And where can people find out more about ClickFunnels?
Obviously, you can go to clickfunnels.com. That's probably the easiest place. Clickfunnels.com. We've got we've got a free, in fact, if you want to, actually, I'd encourage you to actually go through the book funnel just so you can kind of see it. It's a free plus shipping offer for the book. It's .comsecretsbook.com. And that way you can actually go through, you can get the book. It's $7.95. If that's the only part you take, if you go through the whole funnel and you take out the upsells, you'll spend more than that. But the whole idea is use that as an example. So .comsecretsbook.com or clickfunnels.com.
Fantastic. And I've done that personally and have the book, and I thought it was a very simple process, and it was instructive for me. So
great, thank you.
Well, okay. Well, that's going to be it for today. If you'll hang on a little bit after the interview, I'd like to chat with you a bit longer.
Sure.
But for those listeners, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. And is there an email address that people can contact you, or how can people get a hold of you?
Facebook's probably the easiest way. Just Dave Woodward. You go to Facebook with Dave Woodward. Easiest way to get me there. Okay,
great. And if there are any questions, we'll make sure we send them your way. And we'll go ahead and close up. So for the listeners, hopefully you've taken some notes, and hope you make it a great day. Thanks so much.
Sounds great. See ya.